Alrighty, it is time as we adventure into the insanity that we have here. To answer Luke's question, that music is, I get all my music from Epidemic Sound, so that was An Obsession by Dayon. So wherever that ends up being, I don't know, but that's where it all comes. Not all my music, but a lot of it comes from Epidemic Sound. So I might as well say that. I think I said that on stream in a while. I do that, and also Alex Nakarada gives some amazing stuff, as well as Tabletop Audio, all places where a lot of our sounds come from. Cooked on Fridays, where we play some awesome music provided by Monty Cook through the podcast Oh Gods of Appalachia, as well as the Ozark Dark Gothic Country group Pawns or Kings. So, all that to say, we're welcome to Thursday, or Thursday, as we are playing through the world of Lux, and it is quite the world indeed, as our heroes just liberated a silver mine and have begun the process by giving it fully over to Cam, who gets to recruit and get some miners going in there and hopefully produce it. The silver mine, of course, for this particular kingdom, being a major deal for the lack of silver has caused it to fall behind in the mystical, magical sense, with a lot of its spells, and has made it very easy to recruit those who might have spellcasting abilities away. So it's kind of languished because of that, only really in existence because of its connection to the Preserve. It's a place where many dangerous creatures are kept, and the fall of this particular city would mean the fall of many cities, as the creatures might escape. So that has been its only claim to fame. So it's lived in poverty and crime ridden, all the things that our characters have readily taken advantage of, and now have begun a school and have a supply of silver, as well as several silver ores that they're bringing back with them, and some of it already processed. Actually, got some silver bars in the process, to try to cure a disease that has gone about among their students that they think may have been put upon their students for a specific reason. And during all this, they picked up a new teacher, Professor Lang, who may or may not, no, definitely is a horrible man-eating spider, but has said that they will not eat any students as long as they don't fail their classes. So, with that, you're able to successfully sneak back through the wall. It's not too much trouble there today. And you find yourself in the city. What are some of the major things you would like to get going here?
I'm going straight back to making antidotes.
Yep.
That's right.
Step 1, antidotes.
That's right. Using the silver in order to get the disease itself away. Absolutely. You have your alchemy for that there, Cam?
Yes.
Okay, so it'd be alchemy check with intelligence.
Guidance, if I'm able to.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm sorry, what am I rolling?
Alchemy with proficiency. Intelligence with proficiency is what I meant to come out of my mouth.
Intelligence, proficiency. Just trying to find something that has that. Oh, investigation. There you go. All right, let's roll it. Natural 20.
Ooh.
Ooh,
D4 just for fun. 25.
very nice. In that case, you're able to make
I mean, much better ones this time.
roll 2d4s.
2d4s. Guys, I'm not going to roll anything else for the rest of the night because there's no way I'm rolling better. 2d4s. 6.
Perfect. And you're able to make 6 perfect high quality antidotes.
Woohoo! Let's go to the tree person first.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so outside of this particular student's house, you see one of the mothers you met before selling a bunch of lumber. They go, right, the firewood just might need to be dried out, but yeah, it's very good. I see a kiln like with supply kind of has a production thing going on the side of their house. A kiln that's dried it out and is
I
ready.
mean, we should hire her. That's damn good ingenuity.
Is moving as her wife comes out. Oh, we have some more to be processed, dear. Oh yeah, as the kids of you here from the house. They go, what are you guys doing there? Oh, it's just the shipments and trade secrets.
So yeah, when it looks like there's a lull in customers for them, we'll approach me back in the guise of what was his name? Still, I forgot the name. Still something. Stilton.
Do you have a moment?
Oh, yes, of course, Professor. Yes, come on in. Certainly, sorry, we're closed for now. Have more wood again. Oh man, such good wood.
And once we're inside, where we can just like,
I'm sorry it took so long for us to procure what we needed to cure the ailment, but
And you come in, and there's like they have several planing stations to make these boards, and they have put a very big pulley and brace system around the student. They're feeding, and he's like, I really don't know if this is taking advantage of me. They're like, we have to put it somewhere. Of course, do you have something that can help him?
yes, and we've procured an antidote to this magical malady. Here you are.
Of course.
look to Cam.
Cam was checking out the lumber. What? Yeah. That's nice lumber.
And offer them one of the bottled antidotes.
Absolutely. They take it, and as they bring it to them, you can see the students probably kind of goes and breathes. And already you can see there's like places where like boxes have been put over what look like tea kettles. They go, oh yes, and by the way, we did have an issue where he sneezed and several tea sets turned into mice. I don't know if you guys can fix that.
I will go over to one of the tea sets. Or what? It's a mouse now.
Yeah, it's mice cages. Going, yeah, that was for my. So it points to one mouse. That was my grandmother's set.
Out of
Oh.
curiosity, is the plant child still here too? The one that was like an actual plant? Because we should probably fix that one too at the same time.
That one was another house. Yeah, this is the one that the fingers were growing out of. As they do feed it, and it goes, shh, and you hear the crackling of the wood pause and stop. Oh, good. And it feels like the effect on them is gone. So as you remember, the antidote was to take away the affecting disease, not necessarily the effects of the disease.
Because I thought we did two things. One was we used lesser restoration.
Right, you already did the laser restoration. Now I remember this. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah. So taking this, you're right. Finally, he goes. There's a little bit of pain as his fingers detach from the branches.
You're a real boy, Coconut.
And stretches, and essentially, his fingers and up to his hands still have like a bark-like texture to them. But it's no longer growing, so his hands are AC 16.
Hell, man. I learned in our knowledge class.
Yeah, you will,
I will. So over near the mouse, while Cam and at least Cam is. I don't know who was giving him the potion. Anyway, I want to ritually identify the mouse.
Okay, so the mouse is under the effects of. So it was a cup under the effects of 2 polymorph to turn it into a mouse.
This kid sneezed and cast the 9th level spell.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
Oh. How long ago did this happen?
That was just last night.
I'm afraid the statute of limitation has expired, and this is now a mouse.
Oh.
Unfortunately.
Well, and they are very happy. They hug their son, and they're so glad to have them back. They go, the hands. This hand's always going to be like that.
Well, we're not
Suggest you
sure.
bring him in hand-to-hand combat because he will really kick someone's ass.
Oh, will the school teach him special then with what has happened to him?
100%. I will teach him to throw a punch.
First off, we don't know if it's permanent, but we will keep them well monitored. Let you know of any changes, and if when they're home any other magical peculiarities occur, you'll let us know.
Of course, professors.
Good. Well, we have many more houses to stop by. Good day.
May not.
And I guess we're headed for the house of the kid that was just a potted plant.
Yeah, and I do think, the 6, I believe 6 enough to take care of all the alien ones, I think.
Oh, cool.
And I do have 3 lesser restorations that I can dispense if needed to
Yeah, you still
Add
need to do
more.
that. The 2 things are needed to take
better.
the issue.
I was assuming Lenara was doing it. I can't talk, guys.
Yeah. So over the course of the time, you are able to. Yeah, because Lara has some of that too. So, with the antidote, boom, after putting the antidote into the roots, the young girl comes back. Oh my gosh!
One thing I would be curious to ask as we go to each house, securing students and talking to their parents, one thing I would ask is if any of the parents had noticed, if they were being watched over the course of this time, if they felt like they were being observed.
Absolutely. I want to ask Mexico's. So all of us started to get together, all the affected students, and I would say, yeah, there are more than 6, but you're able, now I remember, basically, now that you have the end-to-end the process, a lot of this can happen in the background, but they go, we all got together and we were hiding it. We didn't want the school to come under any fire, especially from what you said, you were sacrificing. We've heard of the mines and how haunted they are. No one comes back, and we at least thought we could do, but I guess there was a man, about 40, skunk, kept on asking about children, and we realized he was making it to all of the kids, and even some of the other children who weren't affected, asking if they had seen their friends. And we caught one, Cecilia, coming in through the ceiling, through the roof, hatch in the roof, saying that she was told to. But when we caught her, it seemed like she didn't know that she had been doing it.
Does that description match the guy who tried to kidnap me?
It's very similar, yeah.
And kind of thank them and kind of discreetly, as we go from house to house, I will give the parents 2 silver for their discretion and for helping the school.
Okay. And they thank you, and they go, of course, thank you for helping our children.
Yes. What we do is for the children, because the children are the future of this city.
And then once after we've delivered antidotes and reconvened, perhaps back at the school, unless there was something somebody else wanted to do before then.
Should we check up on Miss Candy and her enterprises?
That's what I was thinking, but I was thinking we should go and talk to Mold and find out if he'd learned anything about Jasper.
Precisely.
Or if he found, the good stuff and not the stuff that's turning him into weird things.
Right. Okay.
I will anticipate that Mold is at our base of operations around this time of day.
Which is now the warehouse.
Yes. Correct. So you're going over to Mold is what you're headed to?
Yeah. I do have a question now that I'm thinking about it. Was all of the silver that we found consumed in the creation of the antidotes?
I do believe all the silver that you were able to bring, not the ore, but all the made silver.
Gotcha. Okay.
But kind of in the process here, you are making more antidotes. Some of it is getting used and processed. you use the processed silver to do the initial ones, and I would say you probably make it. I mean, it's up to you, but you could probably make it like a class back at the school. Just beginning to put some of it together.
Okay. That works for me.
Because once you put it together with the Royal Apothecary, because you were able to get them to help you do that, like the recipe's kind of made.
Gotcha.
So very specifically, it is one that does end up being a curing of any type of magical malady.
Ooh, nice.
Hey, we can sell those in our other business.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's fine.
And this would include things like petrification and other things. So it's actually a very valuable thing that you're able to do.
Nice. Okay. So yeah, headed back to find Mold.
All right. So finding him back at the warehouse. Yep. You find him there as he's kind of taking his time, making sure everything is good. The various shipments, both, all the type shipments that move through your warehouse, he's cataloging correctly. And I'm pleased that you have returned. So this guy's like, Ryan, pleased you've returned. It's been crazy around here. A lot of people poking their nose in. I want to tell you, as a skunk gentleman had come in.
He's first on the list.
He insisted upon being given a tour of the
Did he
warehouse.
happen to go by the name of Jasper?
Yes.
Ursa cracks her knuckles threateningly.
He's number one.
And I swear I've seen him back when we dealt with the Myriad. So I couldn't say no to him. But I did have him followed, and then we did a careful sweep immediately after he left. And he shows, he takes out what looks like several small, like almost ruby gems that have like almost little chains attached to them. He says, all right, so Master has always said contain things in lead. So actually describes like a bunch of these rubies he left around. So we put them in a lead box. They're all together right here.
So they have all the rubies in this lead box, and is it closed?
Yes.
I want to just kind of quickly open the box, look at one, focus on it, close the box back, and then I want to locate object on that ruby.
Gotcha. Give me a sleight of hand check.
Should let me do it.
Am I able to guidance myself on this?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not great. 13.
13. At 13, you're able to take the one out, and you feel a surge of energy around the area, and you're just able to close the box to kind of prevent it from in the box, but you still have the ruby in your hand.
Well, sorry, I wanted to clarify. If I locate object while it's in my hand, it just finds that object. So I wanted to put it back in the box, close the box, and then find object so it could.
Correct.
Me.
I was saying to kind of get it to look at it for enough.
Oh, I see.
With it, right.
I see.
Kind
Sorry.
of doing it, then trying to put it back real fast.
Gotcha. Okay.
And in that moment of like trying to a second before you can instantly get it out, it glows bright into a fiery explosion. And I need dexterity saving throws.
Neat. Oof. It's a 12. Terrible rolls.
Yeah, that'll
That was an 11.
that'll fail. What did Ursa get?
15.
That makes it.
Oh, yay.
Okay, so for the fail, that is 27 fire damage.
Ow! What a
13
dick.
for the success. You see mold all burnt as well. Ah! And pieces of fire
Next
are there. And so part of the boxes and this place is now on fire.
Neat. Great.
I'm gonna go put those fires out.
Yeah.
I'm going to help Druid craft some of the smaller fires out, and then go through some of like our underlings that are there with a cure wounds.
Okay. Absolutely. Cam, how are you putting the fires out?
With a bedroll.
Perfectly. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't do magic.
Go to give me a dexterity athletics check.
Luke, give yourself 6 points of healing.
Oh,
I'm
thanks.
I'm trying to figure out why I have advantage on athletic. Oh, because of my hybrid features. All right, I'll take it. Whee! 14.
Okay. I would say then there's definitely a little bit of fire damage. Everyone survives, especially with Ursa going around trying to cure wounds. And consider do your locate object. And you are able to find that in one of the boxes of student supplies here, there is a ruby.
Right.
It was not shipped yet. But knowing the danger now, you were able to quickly get that in the lead box if you so desire.
Yes.
Again, I can totally condone them sending these explosive devices into our base of operations, but to a school full of children.
Yeah, what a bunch of assholes.
I can reiterate, when we find this Jasper, I'm going to break his fingers and toes slowly. And then fix them and do it again.
Maybe we feed him one of the rubies and shake him.
I'm just gonna
Or
bite
from
him.
one of his fingers.
All right. All right. And yeah, I will then spend a bit of time going around mending things that I think can be mended from the fire damage. Clean up best I can. And okay. That was and go back after everything has calmed down a bit to mold. Sorry about that. Okay. What did that Jasper guy say while he was here, taking this tour that he demanded?
Oh, you've had a line of being from health and safety of the kingdom and authority of the gods. You even had an official badge.
He had an official badge, but did he let you inspect it, or did he just flash it real quick?
Showed us real fast.
Okay.
That's again part of what he was doing, but also knowing who he was from. I didn't think we could take him and resist him. That's why we're trying to be careful. Sorry, I didn't know what they were. I would have warned you.
Yeah. Well, now we know, and nobody died, so it worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's still hours left in the day. Somebody could die. We don't know. Okay. Gotta think. You mentioned that Jasper brought that sugar in through the squeeze, like the secret passage, right? Through the wall?
Yeah.
Has he tried to bring anything else in through there?
He did actually. There was and kind of shows, kind of takes you over to another shipment of sugar. Said asked us if we could deliver this to the school as a gift. But you said we kept it sequestered from everything else.
Good. I'll identify that. Just to double check,
it is much the same, kind of this stray magical goo, much possibly from the byproduct of the drugs.
Okay. I just to double check, it's in a crate. Is that what it's in? Is it or sacks or?
This was in a crate.
Are there any markings on the crate? Stamps, logos, burned sigils, anything?
Give me a investigation check.
Guidance. And I'll use a different dice that hasn't failed me. Much better. All right, that's. You said investigation?
Yes.
24.
Very good. You have it lifted up, and you can see on the bottom part of the crate, there is like a spacer, a very tiny, that leaves a little bit of open space between a board and the floor, basically the board, the bottom boards, and what they'd be attached to. And kind of just in that nook, you can see a sigil engraved arcane into the bottom there, almost hidden from view entirely.
Oh. An arcane sigil on the bottom. Where's Livia when you need her? Yeah. Man, I don't think Talisk would know anything about. Well, I don't know. I want to. I'll do what I do know. I want to cast Moment to Think. And so for just a few seconds, time stops, and I want to query the server about arcane glyphs and sigils.
Okay, and what features this?
This is sort of the
The GM is my daddy.
yeah, it's kind of an attempt, at least, at the GM patron.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I guess give me a charisma check.
I've used it for history checks in the past about other kingdoms.
Yes. Perfect.
For the record, Cam is staying as far away from that box as humanly possible.
All right. Sorry, what was the check again?
Charisma.
Okay. That's a 22.
Okay. This sigil, as you are able to begin to understand and query, a little like almost a text box pops up, tink, tink, as it tells you that you can. This gives a constant stream of information from what happens around it within a 15-foot radius. And this is then recorded on a specialized crystal. These recording crystals can be activated and information obtained by pumping a spell slot into it.
And we've seen these kind of crystals before.
Mm-hmm.
But so okay, having seen, so before they had the crystals on them and it was recording the information and sending it somewhere unknown. Now we have a glyph that's recording the information and it's sending it to a crystal, but I didn't see the crystal itself.
Correct. But the query knows that this is kind of transmitting this information.
Okay. Yeah. Leaving that alone and moving out of the range of what's being recorded, I will then let everybody know what I learned.
Perhaps we should put the sugar in something else and then move that crate to a different part of the warehouse and then draw a line.
Well, I mean, they will immediately know that we removed the sugar. Why are we removing the sugar?
I don't know. It was just a thought.
Okay.
With my -1 intelligence.
I like it. I like the ideas. We'll keep them flowing. Anything and everything.
I was really focused on the sugar.
Yeah.
I think we should just blow it up.
One thing I would like to do. Let me see if I have. Yeah, I want to try this. Can we find parchment and a pen or something to draw with real quick? Do it.
Are we gonna write "I see you" and stick it in front of it? Because that'd be funny.
That would be funny. I had a different idea though. Maybe we can do that after this. Everybody check their inventory for writing things. I do have.
I have a bit of charcoal.
Oh, I have an ink pen and okay. Yeah, I have an ink pen and ink. Oh, and
I've got a
that's
silver
right.
mirror and makeup.
Okay, I have it. What I would like to do is, I would like to use minor illusion to try and recreate that arcane symbol, and then draw it on this parchment, so that we have a record of what this arcane symbol looks like.
Yeah, I think easy enough. You can almost trace it and get a pretty good idea of what it is. Or
Okay.
shape.
And then show it to Mold so that he knows what to look for on future crates and things like
All right, we'll inspect it. As we begin, someone goes, start making copies of this to pass out to the boys.
that. Yeah, sure. That's probably fine. And looking to Cam and Ursa, be like, okay, so I mean, now we have all this contaminated sugar. Do we dispose of it? Do we destroy it? Do we keep it safe somewhere?
I say we put my blood in it, and then we invite them to tea.
Okay.
Yeah, but Ursula ripping off one finger at a time is fine.
Okay.
Well, I also don't want them to turn into those cat things and then have to chase them all around the city.
Okay, but then we take one of those little red rubies and just throw it in the middle of them. Boom, they're all dead.
Is that even
Problem
fair?
solved.
I'm pretty sure if a magic spell goes off in a big herd of them, it goes really poorly.
Precisely.
Never like anyone.
However, we know that they're listening through that, right?
Right. Anything within 15 feet, it gets recorded and sent to a crystal. Or sent to a crystal and then recorded. Anyway, it
Well, what if we just move it out of the way a little bit and it will still register people walking by it? Perhaps talk about normal things like the weather or what they're going to eat the next day, meal next to it.
okay.
What happens if we feed it to an owlbear?
Feed the sugar to an owlbear?
No, the symbol.
I don't understand.
Then all it's gonna hear is like the insides of an owlbear, right?
Oh,
Until it poops it out.
Yes, but then they get to see shit.
yeah. I guess if
Sam does have a point there.
the symbol was on food that an owlbear ate, that might work. I don't know exactly how the symbol connects to a crystal. Like, is that a process of like you have to have a crystal and then sync it to the symbol? And I don't know. It sounds complicated. And I don't know a lot of magic. I can just it just kind of happens.
I know absolutely nothing about magic.
My knowledge of magic is very limited.
Okay.
I bet you Lenara would have a great idea what to do.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I think we take the box, sugar and all, and we just store it somewhere safe off to the side. Maybe bury it beneath some other boxes for safekeeping for now.
Is there still that crawl space under our toilets?
I think that's where that space is necessary in order for the stuff that goes in the toilet to get out.
No, remember we crawled through something and then we got up through the toilets?
Yeah.
Right.
The box there.
It would immediately clog the pipe so that nothing could get out and the toilet would be
Not
unusable.
in the pipes, near the pipes. I'm hoping this thing has a sense of smell too.
Oh. Well, I mean, I don't think it does. I think it records the information on the crystal, like whatever, like. But I don't know.
Regardless, by the time they look at it, they already know that we know that what they know that.
That's what I was gonna do. So I will spend another spell slot, this time focused on the crystal that we found before. But I will try to locate object to see if the crystal that it's sending information to is actually in this warehouse.
Gotcha. You don't find any crystals like that. You have not found a receiving crystal.
Oh, just a transmitter crystal.
Yeah.
I see.
But if we kidnapped the skunk and tortured him, we could get a receiving crystal.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do it. Or yeah, that's probably true.
Well, so the things we know about the skunk folk, Jasper, is that he can teleport. He can do magic that I've never heard of before or ever seen until now, which is these glyphs, these arcane sigils connected to these crystals. And I mean, maybe if we got him by himself and we were all together, we could take him down. But we don't know how dangerous this person is. I don't want to underestimate anybody from the Myriad.
I definitely think that, well, after all the other groups we went through, no offense, Mold, I had a feeling that the Myriad was perhaps maybe 1 or 2 steps above them, but after all of this, I'm beginning to think there are a few more than those 2 steps.
Yeah.
What if Palin's really the Myriad?
Wouldn't put it
I
past
wouldn't put it past him to try to kill children.
Okay. But we do know that
First, kind of grabs Cam by the shoulders. I left him with my children.
That was stupid on your part.
And they were quite useful.
I'm going to kill Palin.
Finally, you see it like we see it.
If I ever get out of here, I'm going to break his heads.
yeah, I think you have to get in line.
I'll be honest, I might be in that line, but if you turn into one of those creatures, you can go right in front of me.
I will feed him his tongue.
Okay. So we know that the Myriad is very interested in the school. This crate is attempt number 2, as far as I know. I mean, they sent one crate to the candy shop, and they sent another crate straight to the school this time, it sounds like. Or maybe they just wanted the crate in this warehouse to collect information, and they're fishing. I don't know.
Or both.
Oh, hey, Cam, I had an idea on our way back from the silver mine, but the silver mine is kind of your area now, so I was going to throw the idea to you. Do you want to have Mold start to look for recruits for your mine?
I was just gonna put flyers up that the miners are welcome back.
Well,
Old can do that because he'd probably be better at it. I think he's got better penmanship than me.
I was just thinking if we did an open casting call for people to come start mining the silver mine, that anybody could throw in like a spy or something into the workers.
Yeah, let's go through a mold because we need people to mine it, and then we're gonna need people to sell it.
Yeah. So we need a recruiting officer, someone that can do background checks on people. Make sure they're okay to go and work in the mine and not steal
What
from
was
us.
that really scary chick that was cutting the branches? She was terrifying.
I think my idea is we give this task to Mold, and if Mold comes through, then Mold gets a promotion because Mold's been working pretty hard for us.
Okay, but what are we promoting him to?
I don't know. I got to think up a new name. Maybe like Curd.
Small or like large or extra large?
I'll workshop the name of the
We should probably leave him
the
at
raise.
small, and then he can work his way up to extra large curd.
Yeah. But yeah, I was thinking we give him this task. He because really what we need to do is he needs to find a foreman. I think that's the big thing we need to find is a foreman for the mine who's reliable, and then it can be the foreman's job to find their own team.
Okay.
It's all about delegating.
Yeah, but then who's gonna sell it? Us? Or
What do you mean? What gets? You mean the product from the mine?
Yeah.
Well, I figured like all the other stuff we're already selling, it can come and be processed here in the warehouse along with all this other stuff. And
I feel like we're gonna legitimize a lot of criminals.
maybe I don't know. Maybe they just need a place in their life that they can a foot, like a turnaround. Like they just need a job and they'll go straight or something. I don't know. Or maybe they stay criminals and we employ them. Who knows? Okay. If Cam, do you want to talk to Mold about that or?
Something like a 10-step program to turn your life around.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I picked the mine because I thought I wouldn't have to talk to anyone.
Okay, so you're okay with me talking to Mold about it? I didn't want to. If it's your thing, and if you want to handle it, I'll let you handle it. I was just throwing out ideas.
You be the big cheese that you are, man. I'm good.
Okay, Cam. Good talk.
And so I will relay that information to Mold.
Okay. So you wanted to begin recruiting people to work in the mine.
Looking for a foreman for the mines, but yes, essentially.
Okay, get foremen, then get people. Okay. Sounds like a plan.
Okay. Got that off my checklist. I'm sure I'm forgetting something, but we'll cross that bridge later. I guess we can return to the school and see if Ling is already there, if wreaking havoc, terrorizing students. We've still got Jasper to worry about, but who knows when and where he'll show up. What else? Oh, yeah. I mean, it might be a future problem, but we do have the information about the 2 possible heirs to the kingdom being in hiding in the city somewhere. I whispered to Cam and Ursa only. So we have that to think about. That maybe there, and we got this letter from the queen, like this unsent letter from the queen to the king, that might get us in a whole bunch of trouble. I mean, I was able to effectively reseal it, so it doesn't look like we snooped on their business, but still, we might get in trouble just for holding this, because there's no way the new queen or the new queen intended is going to be okay with us having this letter.
If only we actually had that audience with the king and, I don't know, became trusted in the city.
If only I could reverse pickpocket the king.
However, we could probably use the school to get in to see the king.
Well, yeah, maybe. There's a good chance that there's a lot of avenues to go see the king. You know, my big question is, do we actually want to give the king this letter? Do you think it'll actually, is this a letter he'll be happy to have information? Because, I mean, what if these 2, because it's, sorry, I got to collect my thoughts. This letter is pretty old, right? I mean, that town has been out of commission for years, right? Which means these 2 kids have been growing up in this city anonymously all that time, and they haven't attempted to, or at least not that I know of, haven't attempted to go and claim their birthright. So if they haven't told the king that they're here, is that really something we want to do for them?
No. Maybe we should feel out the king first and see how we feel about it. Also, we can use the silver mine to talk to him, because, like, that'll bring more power back.
Because he did lose, like, the only kid he knew about just like a week ago.
Yeah, but he didn't.
I think it's been longer than a week, but still, yes.
So we've been here for like 4 days, then it was 3 days to the mine, 3 days back. So a little bit longer than a week. Oh, man.
All I know is that I feel like I could use a nap.
Yeah.
Well, I've just been bleeding out my eyes this whole time. I thought we were just gonna chill.
Yeah, that sounds good. We'll take a quick rest here in the warehouse, and then maybe go check in on the school, make sure everything is okay, that Ling isn't already eating students.
There's no students left. You know.
Why is the school empty? He ate them so fast. They were bite-sized.
They failed.
Immediately. So I think, yeah, quick attempt to short rest real quick.
Okay. Makes sense. Yeah, you can get a short rest here.
Okay. And do I have? Let me double check. Yeah, I have Song of Rest. So if you spend a hit die, you can roll an extra d6 if you want.
That would be great because I rolled a 1.
Neat.
Now, instead of 6 hit points, I have 6 from my max.
Very nice.
And then I rolled another hit dice and immediately got a 2.
Ooh.
Oh.
Taking
It
these dice and I'm
happens.
throwing them away. Yeet.
And then after that, I think make sure that the sugar crate with the glyph on it is secured away in a corner somewhere out of the traffic.
Sure.
I'm telling you, putting it in the under the toilets, that's all they're gonna hear the entire time.
Amazing.
Yeah.
All right, then what's the next thing you wanted to do?
I think we are going to the school to check and see if Ling had made themselves comfortable.
Perfect. All right, as we do that, let's go take a little bit early break, and then we will come back.
Okay.
Alrighty, we come back here. Actually, Luke comes back. Good to go, Ursa. Oh, only for Luke. I don't know if anyone's seen the stuff on Moonbeam. That's looking fun. It's a brand new stream platform.
I haven't watched the video yet, but I saw it.
Yeah.
I'm not a geek like you. I haven't seen it.
It's basically a lot of things where more of like what would be cheers here on Twitch and some other stuff. It goes directly towards the streamers.
For the record, I need someone to clip that because he didn't at all say that I was a bigger geek than him.
They don't have to. It's a fact.
Keep pushing, Dream Boy.
Oh, Luke! I thought Luke was here. Luke vanished. Here we go.
How about now?
Yep.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know what was going on. It was like, your camera is not connected. I was like, no, wait.
Very cool. So, all right, come back to the Ivy Hold. Thanks to Druidcraft of the school.
We'll make our own Ivy League school.
Druidcraft done. There is a rush of students who are chatting very enthusiastically, going, "Have you seen this class? Have you seen this class?" They go, Professor Lang, Professor Lang. And following it, you can see a crowded room. Some students have even gone about using a little bit of magic to stick to the walls. Others have piled some chairs on top to make like stadium seating there. And there seems to be quite a few, about 20 so stuck to the ceiling by what it looks like is Professor Lang reversing gravity.
I think we should just hire monstrosities from now on.
As you see looks like a man maybe in his 50s, red and gray hair, strips of it coming down, and wearing an amazingly fitted silk robe that seems to accentuate muscle and a V shape to the torso, as well as he says very casually, right, so when you move the arcane visions in your brain thusly and change output and power and change some of these words, and starts going about the lingua arcana, and the students are very much, and he's making jokes comparing it to how cats and dogs chase each other, and very much has the students laughing and engaged. And you can tell occasionally he talks a little bit about necromancy. He goes, "Oh, but necromancy, that's maybe it's another year." And you're like, I think these kids are learning necromancy.
Fine.
Skeleton staff, here we go.
He goes, so great. It looks like, oh, wait, class. That's enough for today. Oh, come back tomorrow and I'll have some dead rats for us all. Yeah.
Huh.
Glad you're all finally back. assuming everything has gone well?
Oh, yes, yes. Well, indeed, we were able to make antidotes for the children under the magical affliction. All is well. I would like to show you something really.
And I take out the piece of paper that I have the glyph sketched on.
Like, beware, be on the lookout for this arcane sigil. If you see it anywhere, keep a distance from it and report it. It is
And take a look around real quick, make sure I don't see the symbol anywhere.
it's like it is monitoring everything within 15 feet of it and sending it back to the myriad.
Oh. Looks at it. Indeed. This is a Pelenic symbol.
Yes, just as I thought, the Pelenic symbol.
Ursa's having like a mini like crisis moment in the background, just like, I left my children with this monster.
Indeed, the ancient high arcane, the society that was here before. Even we lived in the ruins of them. Not seen one of these in some time. They have access to such things. That is concerning.
Who knows what else they might. What other tricks they might have in store.
Indeed.
But I'm glad that it looks like you are settled in. I'm sure the students can learn much from you.
Thank you.
Is there anything you require?
No, some are young, and so I've been working on a book for them.
Oh,
Kind of looks, goes, Everybody Has Bones, A Friendly Guide to Necromancy.
Wonderful. Yes. That's probably fine.
You can see he has the first page, and it says, Bones and bones everywhere. Bones are all around us, under our skin and in the ground. With a little magic, we can make them move and dance.
And I think I need to. I would like to check with the head mistress first before making an official declaration, but it might be prudent that after the misfortune we had the previous week with those students, if all magical practicing were kept on school grounds for the time being.
I read a book.
I can't do homework? That seems ludicrous.
Well, I didn't think it would be a problem at first, but now that we know some of the students were being observed by the Myriad outside of school, I thought it might. I just didn't want there to be an issue there if the Myriad were to interfere in the magic being practiced outside of school.
That is wise, Professor. I will advise the students.
Very, very good, Professor.
I I anticipate there will still be some who will do so anyway, but hopefully this is just some caution.
Yes. I'm sure the ramifications of teaching young minds arcane power will be varied and wild and unpredictable, but we do the best we can with what we have and what we know. Ursa, Cam, did you have anything you wanted to add?
I just wanted to borrow that book, maybe.
Of course.
I would also like to peruse a read after it's finished.
Of course, absolutely. The more eyes on it, and if we can help the students get the basics, that is what I'm most interested in. Once you understand how to move dead things, everything else is essential.
All right.
Help me remember real quick. Was there a student from House Roulette that was at the school?
Yes.
Were they one of the students that was affected by the sugar?
Yeah.
Okay. They were. And so, that might have been interesting if we noticed anything different about just the family or House Roulette in general when we made the house call to cure their kid.
I mean, you kind of had it going either way, but because yeah, I think I decided you didn't have enough to get every. What were you looking for? I guess would be the better question.
Well, I remember Lunara was able to make a connection between the ghost she saw at the house and the painting we found at the house. And we might just do this later for a different reason.
Okay. I'd say with that, you wouldn't have gone to the main house for that.
Okay.
Because it would have been sort of like they're not gonna have like their kid in like their place of business.
Gotcha. Okay.
It would have been more their mansion, so it just would have been a little bit different.
Okay. And unless Cam or Ursa had any other thing they wanted to do, my next idea is to go see how the Roulette family is proceeding with setting up their kind of gambling hall in our old den.
Mm-hmm.
That was just my next thought. Unless somebody else had something.
Nope. The first thing on my list was to check in on the sugar stuff that was going on, and like if Jasper was around, and we already found that out.
I kind of want to go around town and see what the need is for silver and stuff, just so we can get market price ideas. But we do not need to role play that.
Okay. Like market price stuff. Okay, yes, you're doing that. And what did you say yourself?
It was on my side. It was just like figuring out if Jasper had come around, and we already learned that. So.
Okay. So what's the next thing we wanted to do?
I think head back to the gambling hall that Roulette family is setting up. And I do want to see, there were these kind of arcane eye mechanical things set up to keep watch on that base, right? and I wanted to see if those are still set up and monitoring.
Yes, the undead that she had put up.
We assumed it was the Myriad keeping tabs on us with these
Okay.
eyes that had cables coming out of them or something like that. And we successfully avoided them, and we didn't tamper with them so that they wouldn't know we were coming.
Oh, back to the one. Where was this again?
So when we went to wipe out the Roughsters and the Myriad agent that was training them how to use magic, on our way there, when we left our hideout, there were these kind of eyeballs, mechanical, I think, in nature, that were watching the front of the base. I think Nixie noticed them, and I was just curious if they were still there monitoring the base.
Okay. Going back there, looks like they have been taken down.
Okay. Then continue on to the base to see how Rouletta is doing in their takeover and setup of their business. I'll, out of sight, I'll kind of shift back into my Talus, like my regular Talisk form, not Stilton.
All right. And then that's just the Rouletta family.
In the right, we're going to where the guild, the I don't know what we're calling it, the base that we're sharing with the Rouletta family.
The gambling hall.
Yeah.
I thought we were calling it our capitalism.
Oh, right. What they're trying to do with their gambling, huh? Okay, sorry. I just was trying to okay, so with that, going there, you see it being late in the days, you've been doing your rounds. They actually have quite a bit of people doing different gambling games. They've added a very nice drinks bar.
Oh, they're up and going.
Yeah, they've got it moving. They did
Dang.
not
Good
take
fast.
the time they wanted to have it, and good.
All
Kind of seeing you enter, they're they clear their throats and give you some complimentary chips. As they go, we were told to make sure you knew that whatever you'd like, just of course, not to win too much.
Much obliged. I would like to continue on down past, seeing that looks like they're up and running and good to go, down into the lower portions
Okay.
to see if they're also set up down there.
I didn't think they were going to be, right?
They mentioned they needed access to it.
Oh, that's right.
In case.
Yeah, they need access just to get out if they needed to do the quick run. So they don't necessarily have stuff set up down there.
Okay, that's what I was checking, is if anything had changed now that they had access to it.
Yeah, they've kept it mostly just cleared out, made so there's some good pathways. There's a body or two you left over. It looks like they took care of.
Oh, that's nice. And once we're down there, is it just us or any of their personnel down there?
Only occasionally, but if you go farther back, there's like some red lines and such things that people know not to cross.
Okay. Looking to Cam and Ursa, I want to take out a few things out of my pack. One is the decanter of endless water and the 2 water breathing potions and the little note.
Okay, This is where we found the note and the 2 potions and this decanter all here in this base. And I can't help wonder if they're in reference, like, there's so many unanswered questions about what this was referencing to. I just wanted to double check and make sure we didn't miss anything down in this base that could connect to these potions, like, or the body of, I don't know. What do you guys think?
I was under the impression that perhaps the water breathing potions were a reference of the fact that these people were using a mining theme, and in the mine there was that big lake of water.
Yeah, there was.
Does this kingdom have a large body of water, a pond, a lake, or anything like that within city limits?
Probably. I can't even unmute myself now.
What?
What about the lake and city limit? I'm trying to understand what lake. I missed the.
I was wondering if the kingdom itself within the walls had a body of water, a larger body of water that.
Okay, no, they have wells and things.
Gotcha. Okay.
They bring up, but not like a body of water itself within the walls.
Is there one in the preserve?
Yeah, there's bodies of water in the preserve.
Okay. And Molly, do you remember exactly what that note said? I'm trying to look for it in my notes, but didn't it say like reach it if you dare or something like that?
Yeah, 1 sec. I believe it was before the poison soup.
Yeah.
That was the money we would get.
It's like, where did I? Oh, it's yours if you can reach it.
Yeah.
I found it.
It's yours if you can reach it.
Okay. Yeah, I think Ursa, you're right. Our best guess is that is back in that mine, down in that water. That's a long trek out there, though. I mean, a part of me wishes we had done it while we were there, but the other part, like, we had a lot of people counting on us and waiting on us to get back.
On the upside, it's ours now. So, like, if we want to do it, it won't be as hard.
Yeah. Oh, shoot. We should probably warn the people working there about the water and the donkey ears thing, right?
Yes.
Tell the people that you hired for the mine to not drink the water. It'll give them donkey ears. Forever.
Oh, after a long rest, does Ursa still have donkey ears?
Yeah.
Ursa still has donkey ears?
They're like, oh, I see. My condolences, Ursa. All right, no one. Oh, but he's like, actually, some people might want that. I'll just let them know.
I mean, it's a valid point. I'd like to have ears.
It's strange having 3 sets of ears now.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's you pull
That's
it
a
off.
lot. Did you see her octopus?
Mhm.
3 sets of ears ain't nothing.
Yeah. All right. So we'll put a pin in figuring out what the note meant, or when we go back to the mines for something else. All right, so we found out a little bit about Jasper. A little bit more information, a little more pieces to the puzzle. We found out about the new shipment of sugar, and that they had planted explosives in our warehouse. We found out that the new teacher is working out really well. The students seem to like him, so that's great. And we found out that Roletta was practically up and running day one, which is impressive and kind of intimidating. That's all right. What else do we need to focus on? We've started recruiting for the mine. I guess, unless either of you have something else, we start working on our healing, on our kind of less upstanding business venture.
Yes, about that.
Yeah.
I can only heal one more time today.
Oh, I didn't mean like right now, like start seeing patients.
Good, because I can only heal one more time today.
Yeah. No.
So I'm not going out and stabbing people today. Got it.
I mean, yeah, I guess. Is that how we're gonna get immediate clientele? Are you just gonna go out and stab some people?
No.
I mean, well, I guess maybe we could like just to get the word out that there's a new business in town. There's a new place to go. We can go out and try and find people who are injured and be like, hey, here's a good berry. Here's a free sample. But if you need anything else, there's this place you can go to that I heard about. And so we can look for people that are already stabbed. And if we don't find them, then maybe you can drum up some business.
What if they're just being a dick? Can I stab them then?
I mean, I guess, but maybe people that don't look like they'll report it to the guards immediately.
Or if they have a current upstanding warrant for their arrest, stab them and then leave them for the guards.
But then I wouldn't get the warrant money.
You're right.
So, okay, I am allowed
Stab them, then turn them into the guards.
if it means we make money. That's what I'm hearing. Got it.
I thought we were supposed to just heal them, not turn them in.
I mean, it depends what they do.
Well, I mean, no, like, even if they're assholes, like, you stab them, he'd be like, and then they have to go to us to get healed for the stabbing, but we don't turn them in afterward because that's like a repeat client. They're more likely to get stabbed because they're assholes. Right?
So we stab them, then charge them, and then stab them again and turn them in.
Well, no. I mean, we don't even have to turn them in because the people that are like true assholes are the people that are more likely to get stabbed more often, right? Which means they have to keep coming back to us to get fixed, and we get paid over and over and over again.
I see your point.
Like we're kind of hoping for a little bit of a gang war at some point.
I can help with that.
Oh, you go seed doubt.
Mean, you drew a really pretty symbol. If I happen to leave it on a stabbed body, it ain't my fault.
I think we're already in a gang war.
Yeah, we're kind of in the middle of it with the myriad, aren't we?
Right. So if a body happens to show up with a symbol carved into it,
Wait, what symbol are you gonna carve into it?
the myriad symbol that you had.
Wait,
Yeah.
I don't have a symbol for the
You drew a
myriad.
symbol, you gave it to Mold, and you said, "Hey, watch out for this."
Oh no, that was that was a glyph that they used to record things. I don't think that's their guild symbol.
I might still do it.
Okay. I wonder if that symbol works as a tattoo. Sorry, I got distracted. Yeah. On our trip back to and from the mine, I wrote down thoughts about pricing after we kind of took a look around and found out that the kind of disparity between the rich and the poor in this city is pretty drastic. Yeah. This should be fine. But I guess, what do you think the best way is to get word out that will bring people to us instead of us having to go to them? Because we need them to go to the warehouse, not this place. We're switching locations. The healing place is going to be, respawn is going to be at the warehouse.
It is? I thought it was going to be here still.
Yeah, I thought our healing was going to be underneath the gambling hall because it's neutral ground.
Yeah, I thought about that. But that means that Rouletta is really close to our business. And I don't know how close we want to keep them. Because, I mean, remember what Nixie said? They're dealing with us, but they're still kind of distrustful of us. And they were debating just wiping us out before we got too powerful. So I was thinking, if we move our healing business to the warehouse in the area we completely control, then we don't have to worry about Rouletta kind of learning things about our business they shouldn't. Because if we put the business here underneath the gambling hall, all of our clientele have to go past the Rouletta family first. That means Rouletta knows everybody that goes in and out. We're giving them free information. Does that make sense?
Yes. However, I believe that, well, the whole wasn't the whole point of being able to be healed necessary for passing on to neutral ground.
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, they're injured. They're not going to, like, if they go onto neutral ground, oh, I can't just stab them again if they're being chased by someone.
Well, I mean, if they're coming into our territory and someone is chasing them onto our territory, then
we are obliged to not only heal them, but also to physically defend them as necessary.
Right. As long as they're our patients, they're under our care. I think if we enforce that and let our patients know that they're protected, not only healed but protected while they're with us, that might make them more likely to maybe spread the word, be repeat customers, especially if they're being chased by an enemy. If they're running from the Myriad and we protect them, and then if they're running from a rival gang that we're on friendly terms with, then maybe I don't know, they don't have to worry as much about getting immediately stabbed when they leave, because maybe we can talk it out. Find out how to make reparations or something. I don't know. I just thought if we had complete control over the business that we were trying to run instead of sharing the building with someone else, that it's less problems for us. That was my thinking.
So what do you all think?
I think it should be a decision that is shelved for a later date when everybody can weigh in on it.
I second Ursa's motion.
Okay.
Because the original plan was to have it like beneath neutral ground, and I do see the value of having it like all under our control. But I think it's also too that say they are running from the Myriad, then we're going to have to I feel like it's just there's too much expected from us, kind of thing. Like having that neutral ground is almost like between us is like almost like a safeguard kind of thing, because
I mean, it's only neutral ground until someone decides it's not and they attack.
Yes, but then we as part of the coalition of gangs, so to speak, all are then like, you're breaking the rule of neutrality here. Kind of like we did way back when.
I mean, we were told to.
Yeah, we rolled in and we obliterated neutral ground.
Which is why I'm increasingly becoming more and more worried about the power level of these Myriad bastards.
Yeah.
But yes, I still think we should let the others weigh in on it.
Yeah. Okay. My only other thought then is we need to try and find more information on the Myriad. So what we know is that they have a lot of magic, they have a lot of connections, they're from another kingdom, and they set up like tents outside of the city, right?
Right.
I believe he said caravan.
So, okay, they set up a caravan outside the city. But we don't know how long they intend to stay, right? So do we send Do we go ourselves? Do we send someone to investigate this caravan? Because I think we need more information, right? We need to get as much as we can on the Myriad. Because
We
right
need
now,
spies within the spies.
yeah. Like, can anyone just go to this caravan and look about? Are they?
I don't think they can.
I mean, I got an invite, but I really don't wanna.
What do you mean an invite? I mean, I know you.
At me, and he was all like, "You can come with us, and then I'll give you your pet back." And I was like, "No, thanks."
Hmm. So it was like a verbal invite, not like a letter.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. I mean, I could do some overhead reconnaissance, like a flyby.
As yourself.
I mean, I can look like whatever I want.
An animal?
You want to go?
Sorry. I mean, like, I can change my appearance, so I wouldn't look like me.
Yes,
But
precisely.
But I couldn't
You
do
want
like
to
a
go with me?
ball and go with you. What do you mean?
Go as me.
Oh,
Oh.
I mean, I don't. I also do not want to be captured and interrogated.
Yeah, but they really just want my blood.
All of it, or just like a sample?
I'm not clear on that.
Yeah, because what if they're like, oh, well, we could just drain all of you and use that.
Considering
Or,
they're going to poison children, I'm gonna go with probably all of them.
no, it could be worse. They could just like chain you up and basically
If the
like,
next words out of your mouth are milk me, I will hurt you.
I was gonna say put you on tap, but same thing. Yeah. For now, I think maybe just a quick flyover. Pretty high up. Like really high up. Like maybe they don't recognize who I am. Even though I can look like someone else. So I don't get shot out of the air.
Maybe you should do like a fly around and not a fly over.
Yeah.
I am going to still at least try to send something with you.
So like on the ground, like a message, like a messenger?
No, like I'm going to ask a bird to go with you.
Oh, well, okay. That worked. Yeah. Sounds good.
I don't have anything that I can send with you.
And worst comes to worse, I can always come back here. As long as my magic item is working, I can come right back here. Okay, so you convince a bird. Me and the bird will go and do a quick observation check, see what we see. And then I'll be right back. Sound good?
Okay.
Does Ursa have just like a go-to bird companion at this point?
I was going to try to ritually cast speak with animals, bring like some fish with me, and like try to bribe a hawk.
Try to bribe a hawk.
Yeah.
Okay.
To go with Talask to the camp and like really kind of like play up the fact that I don't think Talask could do it because I feel like the hawk would be really prideful and like be like, yeah, I have to look after this guy for fish. I guess so. I mean, he does look a little incompetent. I just imagine Hawks to be kind of like that. Like,
Okay. I guess give me an animal handling check.
okay. That's 12.
Okay. And you're trying to get the hawk here to then cast a spell?
No, just to go with him.
So you're not using anything magical, you're just bribing a hawk?
Yeah.
Hawk takes the food and goes, thanks, and flies away.
This is not the stupidest thing we've done. Come on.
It was worth a shot.
But I do use the hawk as a reference to become a hawk folk with the turning my bat wings into feathered hawk wings and then reshaping some of my features to be more avian.
Gotcha.
And I will find as secluded a place as I can before taking off and flying up over the city, looking for the Myriad's caravan outside the walls.
Sounds good. Alright, give me a perception check. So you're going. I was getting your form here. You're a flying humanoid hawk at this point.
Yeah, I'm an Aarakocra.
Gotcha. Okay. Trying to just get this whole thing down. All right, give me a perception check.
All right. I will guide myself. 17.
Okay. 17. You trying to use some of the directions as far as it were given to Cam as you were attempting to find a place. Looking up from above. And you are able to spot someone briskly walking. And as they do, they take a step, and you see where their foot is going in. It's as if the foot's slowly vanishing, and the air that they're walking into is like rippling. And then they are gone.
They vanish.
It's as if they walk into this space and it ripples for a brief second before it's becomes still again, and it just looks like trees and brush.
And this is outside of the city?
Mhm.
So I saw a person vanish, but I don't see any tents or caravans or anything other than...
No. And again, it's like the air around them rippled as they walked into something.
I see. Gotcha. About how far away from the city walls were they when they disappeared?
About a mile outside.
Oh, okay. Good to know. And is there a main road that this is nearby, or is it just off in the woods?
Were you asking if it's nearby?
So when this person that I was following left the city, did
You
they
didn't
go?
really see him leave.
Oh, I just saw
You
them.
were like you're going around trying to like go around the area of the mile, and that's
Gotcha.
when you catch somebody walking.
And that person walking, are they near a main road?
No, it's gonna be more out into the woods.
Okay.
We can tell.
All right. In the woods. Okay. Man, oh man, oh man. Okay, gotta do one last thing before heading back. And I'm just going to take... double check if there's... Yeah. I'll just take a... I'm trying to think what would work here. I'll take my dagger and one of the torches I have on me and shave off just a piece of wood from the handle of the torch and then stow it back in my pack while I'm just kind of gliding around. And then I want to take that little shaving of wood and I just kind of want to fly over the area I saw them disappear into and just let that piece go. And I'm trying to determine how high up before that piece disappears.
Gotcha. All right. You let it go, and you estimate that it vanishes about 200 feet above the ground.
Oh, wow. Okay. And then I'm gone.
Yeah, now I need a stealth check.
Yep.
Because you dropped it.
Yep. I had to. I mean, I want to make sure of something real quick. Yeah, okay. Come on. Stealth check. Nat 20. For and then so 25.
Very good. You quickly fly, look back, and you don't see anything chasing you.
Okay.
Everything seems good.
Whew. All right, I burned all my luck for tonight, guys. That was it.
That's okay. I burned mine with the first roll.
Yeah, and so I will head back to the base, transform into a random gambling person that's going in to gamble, move my way around, transform back into me, and then go back down to Ursa and Cam.
Okay, I did a bit of reconnaissance. I don't think anything saw me or followed me back, but I noticed a person that disappeared into the woods in like it was like there was a bubble of camouflage. Once you passed through it, you couldn't see the person anymore. It just looked like the forest. And I did a test, and I noticed that this bubble or whatever it is goes about 200 feet up into the air. I'm not entirely certain how wide this is. Maybe it's a bubble, maybe it's a square, maybe it's a box. I don't know in shape. Anyway, it's pretty big. It covers a pretty big area. So I think attempting to infiltrate that place is going to be difficult, because who knows what magical safeguards they have in place to, I mean, it could identify you as soon as you walk through it. It could have they have things like that. And I hold up the piece of paper with the arcane sigil on it. And they have things like this that, I mean, if they have an arcane sigil set up on the entrance to detect if you're an intruder or not, I mean, you could set off all the alarms immediately. I think it's pretty dangerous to try and infiltrate their camp.
I mean, the teacher can still go in there and eat them, right?
I'm not going to be the one to tell Professor Ling what they can and cannot do.
Think about all those bones.
Yeah. Oh, right. I'm glad that they were okay with my explanation for why I didn't want the students practicing necromancy at home. Really, I just didn't want them trying to like resurrect dead pets or something like that in their backyard, freaking out their neighbors, their parents, just trying to prevent incidents before they happened, because I could just see that going all sorts of wrong. Don't tell
I
Lydia
was just
I said
thinking
that.
of how, well, I feel like there are other ways that the Myriad would try to tamper with the sugar into other things.
Yeah.
If they were simply practicing cantrips when all of that went down, imagine what would have happened if they were raising a pet, you know.
Yeah. Casting full spells. Yeah. So hopefully Lunara will agree with me about practicing at school specifically, and we can make that an official thing. But that's for Lunara to decide. Do you think there's a way we can use this glyph to monitor the Myriad?
Well, we have to engineer it to work. We'd have to get the glyph to work, the stone to use it, and then we'd have to place the glyph in their base and then use it. And hopefully they wouldn't find out.
Yeah. You know, my first idea, and I didn't say it out loud because I didn't want to give it away in case they were listening. Matt, I would like to identify the piece of paper I drew the glyph on.
Okay.
To see if this glyph is connected to the thing recording.
It is not.
Good to know. Okay. Sorry, I just had a horrid thought all of a sudden. But it turned out to be fine. If we use the glyph to give them false information, right? Like have a conversation near the crate that gives them false information. Like, we're going to have this secret meeting at this location at this time. Make sure nobody knows about it. And then they show up, but we have a trap waiting for them. It's, you know what I mean? I don't know if that worked, though. It's just my thought. We might have already ruined it by finding the glyph in the first place and sequestering the box. That might have kind of tipped our hand. I don't know. But at least something to consider.
Oh, is this the Bones book?
Yes.
I'm just imagining this as like one of those like first readers, like level 3
Yes, that's what it
books. Just the text on the bottom, a big, beautiful colored picture. When you work in daycare too long.
Okay. So that's your plans. What would you like to do?
Do you think there is any more that we can do today to Lask?
I was trying to think of. I always feel like there's something important that I missed, but that's just a constant in the back of my brain kind of thing. Probably it's usually correct, but I can't think of anything else. What I really hate is that we always seem to be waiting for what the Myriad is going to do next. We're always reactive and never proactive. We're always playing catch up. Need to devise a way to get ahead of them, but they're so damn sneaky and close to the vest, and they were ahead of us, so it's difficult. But
perhaps the other we could rest, like long rest, so I could have my spell slots back, or we could throw caution to the wind. But I was thinking about collecting some herbs to make some of my healing poultices, because I've been looking at the herbalism kit tools.
Mm-hmm.
And I can make some of these, some of the more common recipes.
Mm-hmm.
In case we need them.
Yeah.
Like gash glue, for example. Very easy to create.
Hashpagash, what did you say?
Gash glue.
Gash. Oh, got it.
It helps just hold things together for you to heal.
Yeah. What? Is it just regular glue? It's just
tree sap and spider web.
Elmer's glue.
I mean, if it's supposed to hold things together till you heal it, technically it's super glue. Look up the history of super glue. Anyone who doesn't know.
Yeah, but I don't
Also,
have.
if there's a lake around here, I could even try to rustle us up some gillweed.
I don't. The only lake I know of is in the preserve.
I wonder if gillweed grows there. Gillweed helps you breathe underwater.
Oh. You know, they keep a lot of magical creatures in the preserve. Do you think having those kind of creatures in an enclosed ecosystem like creates the conditions needed for like rare ingredients to grow? It's just a thought. But yeah, I don't have anything else for today. So I think, unless someone else had something, we'll spend the time left.
Helping Ursula find a poison to make the queen infertile? What?
Yeah, that.
Right, we were thinking about doing that, weren't we, Cam?
I am all for it. I already got my alchemist kit out.
Isn't that something you do over like several months? Like you have to microdose them so they don't realize, and then one day it's too late.
I mean, if you want to do it the boring way, sure.
Oh, okay.
I wonder how often the queen eats salad.
If you're thinking rhubarb leaves, I'm way ahead of you.
Yeah, but don't royalty usually have like personal chefs, like a whole kitchen staff and like their own dedicated gardens and stuff?
That's the beauty. Usually they're either male, so they're not going to get pregnant anyways. So it'll have no effect on them. Or B, they're over the age of childbearing. And again, no one's going to pay attention to their health.
Sorry, what I was getting at is that it might be difficult to slip something into their food if it's all like monitored that closely.
What I was getting at was it's easy enough.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Good luck. Best of guidance. Go for it.
What?
I'm going to bed while you invent ways to poison the queen.
Oh my. So what do you want to do there, Cam?
Excuse me, it was me and Ursa.
And Ursa.
We're finding out ways that we can make sure the queen does not bear any heirs.
We are consulting our
herbalism / alchemism.
Knowledge.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So you're okay. Both of you can give me a nature check.
A dirty 20.
Then Kieran.
17.
I just realized they're trying to make moon tea from Game of Thrones.
when it hasn't been invented yet, or it probably has. Who
Who took-
knows?
Ursa, you want to take the guidance? I got a 17. So I think either way we're good.
If I took the guidance, it is a 22.
I was thinking more along the Dune thing, but we're good. We can do.
Okay. There's various. The most effective one, as you're trying to looking at, is using it's called hag sweat. This is a particular pink flower in root that comes up. Usually grows stalk with like all these pink flowers. The root itself can be ground up. It is said that when a hag gives birth, wherever it is where this grows. So it's very rare. Essentially, it grows something after birth of a hag.
Dlask, is it okay if we hire a pregnant hag to work in the school?
I can't hear you. I'm asleep.
It's yes.
It sounds like a yes to me. He didn't say no.
I'm not in charge of the school.
So, you do know that from this thing that the way hags get pregnant is they steal babies and eat them.
Well, I mean, if they're already pregnant, that's not our fault.
I'm just having like mental flashbacks to the last time we tangled with a hag. What happened?
I don't know. My
It's
character.
possible to find in the woods, or it could be in the preserve. You don't know what's out there.
How much you want to bet that our new teacher might know?
I would say you would be able, in your research, you'd be able to discover that there are known to be various hags out. And part of the, at one time in the preserve, and at one time in the history of the preserve, there used to be like field trips out there. But after enough kids wouldn't obey the rules, some did get kidnapped by hags. And they eventually canceled field trips to the preserve. So there's thought that there was actually a sizable hag colony or several hag colonies.
Yes, it's time to take a field trip to the reserves.
I think so too.
You're muted, Luke.
Does that mean that the children injured something in the preserve so they're no longer protected? Or they left?
It could be the path. It could also be that they injured something.
Oh, because you have to stay on the path in order to not.
Right.
That's right.
Well,
That's
they were bad kids anyways.
they left the path, perhaps. Okay, that's right.
But as you know, it could be as easy as like slapping an insect, or
Yeah.
it is. You could it's very easy.
My imagination went to like two kids just like roughhousing, and one just like pushes one off the path. It's like ha ha, and then just out of the bushes, just it's like abducted. They were just waiting.
I actually imagined two kids seeing like a trail of breadcrumbs and be like, "What's this?" And they just follow the trail of breadcrumbs.
Let them off the path. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Not candy, breadcrumbs.
I think we might be mixing fairy tales here.
They got to start somewhere. All right, so hag
So now we
colony.
just have to convince the rest of the party to go on a field trip.
Yeah.
Well, we were planning on trying to get into the preserve anyway. We were going to look for some things that could help us replace the king.
Well, I thought we were gonna do that by finding the kid.
That too.
Ooh, are we gonna do a coup? Never done a coup.
Neither have I.
Well, there's a first time for everything, I guess.
Oh,
Shush, you're asleep.
right. Sorry. In the morning.
One more thing. I'm ready for a long rest.
I'm ready for a long rest.
All right. Then you can sit down and take your long rest.
Huzzah.
Huzzah.
Is he enough?
Woohoo! Full health.
Matt, when we were in the creepy house in the village below the silver mine, did we see any? I remember we saw the portrait of the woman, but did we see any portraits or photos of the kids that were mentioned in the letter?
No.
Okay.
All right.
This is so many plans. What I'll say is this. I think with everything that you... Oh, actually, what I'll say is as you wake up in the morning, you begin to hear the system voice.
Oh, God, it's back.
It never truly went away.
Says, Option requests completed. Mining established. Base economy created. Sorry. Renown unlocked. Special features unlocked. Bonus levels awarded. And you may level to 4 or 5.
Woo!
Oh, dang. Yeah.
Businesses upgraded as you also have access to the new Bastion features.
God damn it. I just learned what the Bastion did. Now I gotta go back and read it again.
Pick the level 5 options.
I don't wanna.
Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh, gotta roll hit points.
level 5.
Okay.
I can finally revivify.
Nice.
Woo! I still can't do
Or
shit.
talk to plants.
Ooh, that's nice. I have a 10 on my 10 die.
Dang. Like, oh no, I got a 0. I get all sorts of good things.
I don't think I really got anything. Ooh, I get an extra attack.
Yeah, level 5 is a big level.
Yeah,
Feels
yeah, it
like
is.
a big boost. But y'all done a lot with this 4, so I'm gonna.
Dang.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of stuff, actually.
Okay, so that's that. Now let me go to the other screen. And this, though, is still why I don't play anything that makes me have to look at anything, really.
So as you're going through those options, does it sound like we're moving more towards preserve a little bit?
I think that's what we're up against, right?
Yeah.
Oh, our proficiency goes up too this time. I forgot about that. That's nice.
I get an extra attack.
Yeah.
At one
Oh,
point, you
yeah.
were talking about getting different identities to get into the preserve. You can do whatever you want. I'm trying to. I think I want to help y'all out and what your next step here is.
Yeah.
I think we were planning on that way back in the beginning.
Yeah, they can change because if you're really trying to get this poison, let me ask you this: if you're going to preserve, what are your goals?
I think now that we have an idea that like there's like an easier way, meaning the children, to as a line to the royal family, I think we were going to go that direction rather than hunt down some ancient thing that could like prove we were the true king after all.
Oh
Basically,
yeah,
like,
we were gonna make the last king.
yeah, hunting down quote unquote Excalibur. Although I think it was like a crown or something. I don't know.
Okay, so your next story goals are find the missing heir, so to speak.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else you'd like me to start to consider here?
And then like I think we were going to like on the back burner until we have all of our more arcane friendly people for the glyph.
What about the glyph did you want to do?
We were going to see if we can kind of like reverse engineer it so
Okay.
that like we could use the glyph to also spy,
Gotcha.
but on the Myriad.
Yeah.
But none of us can do anything arcane.
It's true.
I can do a little bit.
I know nothing.
Okay.
I make plants grow and turn into animals.
Yeah. So big thing remember with things like your spells here, like this kingdom does not have 300 gold diamonds. So
Oh, yeah.
just as a reminder.
If we keep making up the mine, we might.
Possibly, yeah. There's things to build up at this course where you're on this level. It could be maybe you could find one that's something really crazy. But if you do, just it's not over readily available. It could be something that maybe possibly there's one in like the kingdom's vault or something.
I also, instead of just adding my sneak attack, I added my uncanny dodge. Yeah.
Nice. Which I did. It's okay. Diamond market is about to crash in September anyway.
Why you gotta be like that? I think my sneak attack goes up to 3d6 too now, right?
So probably also couldn't do Glyph of Warding because the lack of diamond dust.
Eventually might be able to find this stuff. It's not like, oh, let me just go out and get this.
Right.
That's all.
Hypnotic Pattern, on the other hand, I can fuck some people up with that.
There you go. Yeah. But yeah, in the new 2024, there's a thing that allows, I think clerics once a long rest to ignore the component for Raise Dead.
Oh,
So it's like diamond
Wow.
market down.
yeah.
No more booths outside of towns with precisely 1,000 gold.
Ignore that. I did not mean to roll that.
Okay.
I got all excited. I was like, I finished leveling up. Nope, just one of them. I have to go to the other character sheet.
To Gestalt. Yeah, anyone watching, we do play Gestalt, which means there's 2 character levels people deal with. We're fun. Level 5, we're gonna actually probably see a lot of those combinations
Yeah.
come on board more than we were before. I'd imagine.
Well, one of the things I definitely can do now, I mean, I could have done it before, but now I definitely am able to because I have more spell slot. I have another spell slot to play with, or just 2 more actually. Because my mutation points I get more per spell slot I sacrifice, so I can fly as long as I sacrifice enough mutation points for it.
Nice.
So I could be a flying octopus. Or a flying bear.
Oh no. Now you are getting very scary.
Ooh. I can get a free sending with Far Scribe from my invocations. That's fun.
That's fun.
Yeah, it's kind of like, at least, let's see. Targeted page without using a spell slot, without using Oh, yeah. It's a number of names equal. Oh, yeah. I have infinite sending if I choose this.
Oh, really? Nice.
Far Scribe from my Pact of the Tome feature. So, solid possibility. I have a quick question. Oh, I guess it would be pretty rare because magic is rare in this kingdom. But we haven't seen any spell scrolls yet, really, have we?
Right.
Okay. Okay. Now I choose my warlock spells. That's a lot to choose from.
I get 10 more speed.
Now, our fun of leveling up.
Yeah. Let's see. That's good. I just realized that if in the Bastion we put a garden and then cast plant growth on it, we can cheat.
Mm-hmm.
What are you cheating with?
So, because the long cast of plant growth, right? Doesn't it like double or
Yeah.
the amount of things you can get?
No, you could do that, yeah.
We could do that.
It's like make the bastions just a ridiculous farm of potions of healing.
Hey, you're doing your your healing racket here.
We're gonna need them. We only have so many lesser restorations we can pump out.
So, do you want us to inform you of the things we've chosen for our bastions, or just keep that written down somewhere?
I mean, you can tell me, but you also want to keep it written down. I mean, you keep track of it, but
Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
it's good for me to know. And
Currently,
even, I mean, to think of what it looks like too, because like it's meant to be kind of living, breathing
Mhm.
things and stuff like happens when you do your actions too, because there's bastion complications.
right. So I have for the facilities, for the special facilities of the bastion I'm in charge of, whether that ends up being down below here or the warehouse, a garden and a storehouse, which is why I thought the big warehouse we already had made sense. And then because the one I'm in charge of is the criminal enterprise, the hirelings were going to be Shauna and Eloise, since they're not allowed to get regular jobs elsewhere.
Right.
So I was gonna
Nice.
have Shauna work in the garden and Eloise work in the storehouse.
Okay. That makes sense, yeah.
Cool. Because didn't the warehouse already actually have a garden attached to it?
It was outside.
Right.
Yeah.
Nope, that's not right.
One of the things that I was thinking we could start too was a barracks. I wasn't sure which place we'd have them set up.
The barracks trains guards, right? For the
Yeah, hirelings.
That'd be cool. That's probably important.
Yeah, maybe just a bit.
Let's see.
Yeah, because there's even basic ways the bastions work is that essentially there's the skirmishes, and that can be gang wars.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And oh yeah, because the facilities have defenders, right? Like the bastions have assigned defenders.
Yeah.
Cool. And All right. Oh, I need one more warlock cantrip. That's right.
Okay, there we go. That took forever. Trying to add sneak attack to the other one, and it would not let me do just 3d6 straight. It kept trying to add modifiers to it. Like, that does not help me. All right, handouts has the whole bastion things, right?
Yes, should.
All right, let's find the bastion thing again.
Thought I pinned it, but let me double check.
You know what? I don't know, and I don't care. Running businesses, that's not what I want. Bastion cantrip, PDF, let's go. What's inside? Nothing that helps me. Oh, sorry. Tweet, 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 tweet. So 2 free basic facilities. What makes sense for a mine? Basic, let's go. Well, I think they should probably have like for a mine? They don't live down in the mine, right?
No, but it could be. It could be like just outside, like attached to the mine in the town. You could think of the mine in the town as one thing you're running if you wanted to.
Okay.
For this,
So maybe having like the kitchen and the
yeah. Well, those are the basic level 5.
I'm looking at the basics first.
Okay. Okay.
You know what? Fine, help me. God, you're so demanding. Always want to help me. Ugh. Where am I looking for the special stuff?
So I believe we get 2 special facilities.
And where would those? Oh, here we go.
So at level 5, you have arcane study, armory, barracks, garden, library, sanctuary, smithy, storehouse, workshop.
Well, I think 100% should we have like the workshop and the smithy? Like we want to have at least one where we can make things.
Right. Was the workshop and the smithy specific to weapons and armor?
Yeah, their expertise and a skill for workshop. Smithy is a fighting style feature or an unarmored defense feature.
Yeah, I'm trying to get over there. Smithy. Your orders are: you can craft ammunition or simple weapon,
Right.
craft armor or equipment. So caltrops, crowbar, grappling hooks, hammer, horseshoes, iron pot, manacles. It's actually a lot of good stuff.
Yeah. I think
Martial weapon. Oh yeah, that's the one that you can make a masterwork martial weapon. That then, if a magic weapon spell is cast on it, it becomes a +1 weapon permanently.
I mean, I'm not saying we should do. Yeah, I think we should do smithy then, because then we can craft things like that.
So the workshop is if you spend a short rest there, you get heroic advantage. Advantage basically for this. So the craft order for workshop is you make a tiny non-magical object that can be made using carpenters, cobblers, glass blowers, etc.
Yeah, I'm perfectly okay with whatever Cam wants to put in their bastion. I chose the.
I think having a smithy, because like we can do more magical stuff on that, and plus it would also give us, I mean, it would give our kids better armor than we're going to get by buying it.
We just have to give them all armor proficiencies.
Well, there's an unarmored defense feature too. I mean,
Yeah.
we can make them martial weapons too, though. Like, you know, like, and if I remember right, like the only people that have anything in this town are the guards.
Yeah.
So even if we could like outfit the guards better.
Sorry, my mom needed my help. There is also a thing, I'm trying to find it again because I just saw it, where you can train weapon proficiencies. It's a training hall, I think. Training area.
That's level 9 though.
Yeah. But that's something we can work towards.
Right. I guess I'm trying to think of things that would give us more pull with the town as well. And if we can like better arm their guards and things like that, so they're not like the laughing stock of the armies.
Yeah. I remember after looking through them, I picked the garden and the storehouse because it looked like it gave us the most consistent income on a week-to-week basis.
Yeah.
It's like just accumulating money in the background. That was my reasoning for those two. I'm fine with the smithy and the armory or.
Yeah. What's funny is I don't see smithy on this, which is kind of confusing me.
What? It's in the description.
It's just in the description.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know what? Just shush. I'm looking at
Okay.
stuff. I don't need your help.
Get out of here, GM. Don't help us with the game. It's like it's your job or something.
Trying to figure it out. Here, the smithy. There you go.
I did think having like the arcane study and library would be cool, but for what Talisk is in charge of, I thought, Garden Storehouse makes sense.
Yeah, because I think some of that is probably going to be because Lunar's in charge of the school, right?
Right.
Yeah.
What did you put in yours?
Who?
You.
So my idea was for the bastion that I'm in charge of to put a garden and a storehouse.
Okay, so you could from the storehouse sell what I'm making with the smithy at a 10% increase in price.
Yeah. So I was looking at what the storehouse does, and I think, and what I have down is that you use your hireling to go out and find things to put in the storehouse and then sell those supplies. And long story short, every 14 days you make 50 gold.
Nice.
And then with the garden, every time you're able to harvest, you get an option of 3 things. You either get 50 gold worth of food, 1 potion of healing, or 2 vials of antitoxin, or 1 vial of basic poison.
Or the perfume.
or the perfume, yeah. Just like in all of those freaking let's open up a store in the new world that I found myself in, we start a cosmetics shop. And
we grind up goblins. No.
Yeah, we sell face masks to noble women.
There you go.
And then for mine, I was thinking definitely having a barracks to start. And then I was also thinking garden, but definitely barracks. Because we're going to need to start getting some recruits. We need to start hiring some mold, growing some mold.
I know if he's getting replaced, if he's getting promoted, we gotta find a replacement mold.
Don't know what to pick for my second thing, guys. Smithy makes sense because then we're making things and we can eventually craft something really cool.
I think that also makes sense to have a smithy at the mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then what else?
Smithy, armory, workshop, those all make sense.
I think for me, since I have a barracks, I'm gonna get an armory because
Cool.
It says here that the equipment costs us money, but each bastion defender is more harder to kill.
Nice. I like it.
Okay, so we've got library. I'm sorry, we've got garden, storehouse, smithy, barracks, and armory already. So what does that leave? Arcane study, library, sanctuary, or workshop.
Yeah. Well, keep in mind these are your individual bastions. So something like the mine is far away. You could have another barracks.
Okay.
Because then you would have people to defend the mine.
Yeah. All right. I think I'll do a smithy and a barracks.
Yeah. Like it's just like
Cool.
any of these. Like if they don't have a defense, they don't have a defense, and you might be able to get called over since you're in the village, but they are defenseless. Therefore,
Okay.
so because I think that's how this was designed a little bit too, is because it's like each of yours run your individual in different locations. They do have their own challenges.
So I guess I'm going kitchen and dining room to go with my barracks. Weirdest place ever.
Cool.
Fun. All right.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I added other in mine. I don't know where else to put it.
Is getting defenders for the base just something that happens with the base, or do we need to actually go out and do that?
And we need to, I don't know.
Like go out and find people that we can post as defenders for our bastion.
12 bastion defenders. When you issue a recruit order, you get up to 4 bastion defenders are recruited.
Is that for the armory or is that for just barracks?
For barracks.
For barracks, if you have a barracks. So if you don't have a barracks, you don't have a defenders.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, but every time we ask them to recruit, which we just asked him to recruit for the mine, I will get up to 4 defenders.
Right.
Okay.
And those defenders, they'll go to that.
They will go to the barracks and they will go to the mine.
Yeah. Which is why I
Gotcha.
think the way that this is designed, therefore, is why like you could have multiple people do this and not overlap, because almost everyone might pick barracks as one,
Yeah.
and so that's sort of
We can
the
host up to 12 defenders
yeah.
per
You
bear.
don't have to, but yeah. So they could, and that depends if like which ones you really feel like need defenders and which ones you don't. But the mines make sense because it's very far
Yeah,
away.
makes sense. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then I think
And-
that leaves it open for other of the bastions of the party to pick up some other interesting things.
Makes sense.
Oh, so I have to order them to craft at the smithy. Ooh. What do I want them to make? Probably equipment, right?
And I'm really interested to see what the final bastion rules come in for 2024. 'Cause
Oh,
this is
yeah,
a
yeah,
new
yeah.
Unearthed Arcana version. They did officially announce that the bastions made it in.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of pumped about.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, so for the smithy, basically we tell them to
Bastion.
craft us something. It's like half the price.
Oh, that's nice.
But we could
Yeah.
get a masterwork simple weapon, which I don't know what that is.
Basically, what that means is that it gets crafted. I think it said for 800 gold,
Yes,
and then if someone casts magic weapon on it,
it stays on it.
yeah, it becomes a +1 weapon permanently.
Gotcha.
Wow.
Okay,
Luke,
so that's yeah.
don't forget that your bastion comes with 2 basic facilities.
Right.
For the warehouse, I kind of just picked washroom and storage because it was
Warehouse?
already established that there was a bathroom in there, and then
Yep.
it was a smuggler's place, so a storage room.
Yeah, and you can't
And-
then go to enlarge, I believe.
Yeah, and I figured I'll just keep those because it was already there. And then
Right.
I made a little drawing too.
Nice.
I'm gonna have to draw out my mines later.
Yeah, I'm gonna give the smithy at the 9 to special one that all weapons are silvered. By
Ooh,
Yeah.
all,
Ooh,
just like it's like silver's contaminated into things.
that's
Just-
cool.
I feel like
Down.
that makes sense with what you went through to get it.
So for the bastion, for Talus Bastion, I had picked the parlor and the washroom.
I picked
Um,
kitchen and dining hall since I have barracks.
and I, after talking about bastions and having the facilities and special things come online, I am more inclined to leave the kind of underground healing thing at the neutral gambling hall.
Okay, that makes sense. Is there any order you guys want me to craft anything? Like a simple weapon, armor, equipment, martial weapon? Anyone need anything? Because I can order them to do it. And it takes 7 days to 14 days.
Well, if you begin crafting weapons, can we then give the weapons to the the defenders of the other bastions?
Absolutely. So just
Make-
tell them to craft simple weapons.
Makes sense to me.
That's 7 days and it's half the price. Yeah.
and currently in our Parabellum group funds, we have 890 gold, 524 silver, and 107 copper.
Nice.
The
I have 199 gold because I bought arrows.
yeah.
Well, crossbow bolt. I don't shoot arrows.
Let me double check.
All right. So, how
Sorry, real quick, the Where did I get? Oh, we looted 50 gold off of when we were in the mines. And I don't think we ever divided that up, so I just had it in the big guild inventory thing.
Okay. Do you want me to add that into there then?
Sure.
Plus 50.
On today's episode of Air
Plus
Croker and
50.
Accountants.
Is 940 gold.
I think what I actually like about Thursdays, we get sort of into this stuff. We did the last time, it was like, ooh. I'm like, everyone turned off the channel, but we're just like, ooh.
Okay.
Yep. That's right. Everybody checked out like an hour ago, and we're like,
I
yes.
put all my
More.
We're having so much
information
fun.
on what I can craft into the right things.
Nice. So Tuesday gets that way when they have to pick their spouse for an encounter because there's so many spellcasters.
Oh.
And they spend a good half hour to 45 minutes of game time wanting to go, well, no, what's yours? They're like, no, Matt, we want to do this because we need to know what's going on right here. We've got 3 wizards and we need to coordinate.
How do we decide how many
No overlaps.
people are recruited?
So for the barracks, you roll what is a D4, and then whatever you get on there is how many people are recruited.
1. Okay.
Solid.
Hey man, it's one guy, and I got to do 2 hirelings for my smithy. Hey,
I rolled a 4. Ha!
Hey, Mold, you did a horrible job. I need more people for my barracks.
Crap! Now I need to write 4 names out.
Oh,
was like-
shit.
Yeah, I got these people.
It was either 4 shitty
that's
guys
just
or
me.
one
I'm
good-
weird like that. I want to write out their names. I want to know who
Oh, I think that's good.
who my hirelings are.
I love this documentation.
For barracks, I need 1 name. Okay, let's think about it. Saya, give me a name. I need a name, mini art department. It could be anything you want. Give me a
A
name.
random name?
Yes.
Booby.
Booby?
Nope. Never mind.
Try again.
I did not mean to say that.
I need 3 names. So come on.
Yay.
I heard Ruby, and I was like, "What's wrong?" That's like, "Oh no, that's
No.
not what was said."
Booby.
That was an accident. Leave me alone. Exy.
Exy?
Yes.
Okay, Exy is the one guy they got for my barracks, who are my 2 smithies.
Smoothie.
Smoody?
You're the randomest name I can
Smoody?
think of.
Who's the other one?
Zapadoodle.
Smoody and Zapadoo. Thank you.
Zapadoodle.
Solid.
And Zapadoodle.
All the randomest
Thanks,
names.
Saya. You're free to zone me on the country now.
Give me my staples.
You didn't hand me any of them. Well, I'm all dead then with Exy, Boodle, and Zapadoodle.
Very
Perfect.
creative name.
Thanks. They're gonna make weapons
Oh yeah.
and defend my mine. Here you go.
Zapadoodle can make a zapping stick.
Turns out those are actually very common possum folk names in
Yeah,
Lex.
right? They've been around forever.
It's a family name.
Stick. Beautiful.
I chose Kenan, who's a mouse folk, Paul, who's a cat folk, Tomas, who's a ram folk, and Ro, who's a badger folk.
Mm,
I figured I was gonna go with all across the board different ones.
Nice.
now I have to think of that too because I didn't think about it.
All right. So for both of your recruitment actions, nothing significant happens.
Good. Okay, Exy's gonna be a shark folk.
I feel so bad for these landlocked aquatic folk.
Moisturize.
Smoodle. Smoody? Sorry, Smoody. Smoody. Smoody's gonna be snake folk. And I think we all know that Zappadoodle is gonna be a dog folk.
But what breed?
Well, it's gonna be a fucked up oodle. We know that much. Now I just think when we get 20 in there, let's go.
All right.
This is what happens when you leave us alone, Bobby.
Children's stories and
Hey man, I'm borrowing that book. I need it. I need to somehow get it into Kinks and Cooks.
So yeah, I will.
Okay, let me go to my armory. I am going to
Spend half the money to buy from yourself.
yeah.
The money just keeps in our own pockets that way, guys.
All right.
God, we really are a big evil corporation.
Yep. So that's equipment costs you 100 gold plus an extra 100 for each Bastion Defender. So if I have 4, that's 500 minus or subtract divided by 2 because it's halved.
rename it the King of Corporatayan.
250.
So 2.
Now here's a question. She paid that 250, but it gets paid to us. How does that work out, Matt?
I believe it does it where because you get 500, right?
Yeah, it costs 500, but since I'm buying for myself,
Yeah, so it's just 250, and it yes, you pay 250, and then it becomes like the idea is that it just go to the Bastion to do more things.
yeah.
So you don't get the money; it just gets that's why it's half. Like you just pay the cost as opposed to the profit. So you devour your own profits, you business bad person.
Yep.
Well, I mean, that's why we cut, salaries and everything because we're not making money.
Yeah. Oh my god!
So 940 minus 250 is 690. So those are my Bastion actions of installing and adding around.
Mine is to recruit more and to make simple weapons.
Oh, I forgot. I need a hire for the armory. Let's call them. Wow, the first name that popped into my head was Toe.
Go for it.
We'll go with Toe. So, they're gonna be a bear folk like me.
There it is. Oh man, the storehouse is one of the easiest ones. I didn't. All right, when you. So yeah, issue the trade order so they can begin gathering non-magical items.
There we go.
Over here, boys.
All right. In that case, it is with those notes and our bastions and bookkeeping that we will. And of course, we have a little bit more to do next episode with the two ones that weren't here. As we get to the next chapter, as our crew has become a small economic force in the kingdom, which of course is going to attract some interest from the
You can
crowd.
call us an evil corporation. We're aware of it.
So we will have some complications incoming due to the success. And
Yeah.
excited as we mess around with our Isekai game here. So crazy. All right. Anyone watching, thank you so much. And we will come back next week.
Good night.
Good
Night, y'all.
night.